Blunt, the lone running back. On first down, Brady. And his first pass is incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And that'll bring up second down. As the offensive starters pop up on your screen, Charles, let me ask you, Chris Hogan, what does he bring to this offense?
A guy that you look at and really don't circle in your game plan. There's other guys that you look at. Then you realize this guy can do damage. Finds his way open on almost every snap.
Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. And complete on the right side to Bennett. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Brady now to throw. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll come out in the pistol. In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And complete, right side to Cook.
As we well know, there's no shortage of weapons for the Green Bay Packers. But I think Jared Cook's emergence this year was a big factor in them going from 4-6 and making the run they did to the NFC Championship game.
And with that emergence, you look at him, he's a free agent, turns 30 in April. They want this guy back, you would think.
I would think so, especially because the rapport between he and Aaron Rodgers got better and better as the season went on, culminating with that incredible catch in the game against Dallas in the playoffs. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's the fullback, Ripkowski. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Here's the offensive unit coming out onto the field in just a moment. Randall Cobb, very good at wideout.
Went to college to be a quarterback. Discovered his talents couldn't be limited to one position. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year for his quarterback.
On second down, here's Rodgers. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
Third down and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
We all knew Dante Hightower was a tremendous run-stopping linebacker. What people forgot was even in college, they would use him as a pass rusher in nickel situations, and that really came to pass for the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl against Atlanta when he sacked Matt Ryan and forced a fumble that was recovered by Alan Branch. That may have changed the whole outcome of the game.
I think it was. You can certainly argue in a big-time fashion that without that, I don't know that they win that game.
I'm with you. I think it kick-started their comeback because they needed a takeaway and an empty possession by Atlanta in order to get things initiated.
Here come the Patriots again on offense, the Super Bowl champions, and boy, they have been able to do it a lot of times, Charles, with unsung heroes, haven't they? Look at the names that led them through the playoffs. Hogan, White, Lewis, guys you just wouldn't think of.
Yeah, Deion Lewis, a fifth-round pick, 3 touchdowns against Houston in the divisional round. Chris Hogan, undrafted. He ends up having 180 yards in receptions, including 5 plays of 20 yards or more against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And how about James White, a 4th-round pick out of Wisconsin? Think about who he played behind while he was at Wisconsin, and he turns out to be the unsung hero of the Super Bowl. Would have been the MVP if it wasn't for Tom Brady.
And you mentioned James White at Wisconsin. He was behind who? Melvin Gordon and Monte Ball, right?
That's correct.
They'll come out in the pistol. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 2nd and 10 here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Again, here's Blunt. Room here to run. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. LeGarrette Blunt, a 23-yard run. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And some real confusion here. They won't even get to the line. They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And as the Packers get set to come back out on offense, and Charles, I want to ask you a question. You can take it offensively or defensively for Green Bay as they look to next year. Where do they need to focus, draft and otherwise?
I think I'll start on the offensive side of the ball, and I think running back is going to be a position they have to address. No matter what they decide to do with Eddie Lacy, decide what they're going to do with Ty Montgomery, but get more running backs into the mix. I think offensive line, you always want to fortify that position. But flip it over to the defensive side. Who's going to be the pass rusher besides Clay Matthews? Is Nick Perry still coming on? Do they have to draft someone else to help supplement Julius Peppers? In the secondary, they need corners that can cover. That's a big spot for them.
For the Patriots, starting lineup defensively, and one thing that may have been overlooked in the Super Bowl, Yes, a rough start for this group, but they pitched a shutout in the end while Tom Brady and company were making that comeback.
They really got their legs under them in the second half, didn't they? Because they've really shut them down. And Trey Flowers, defensive lineman, 2.5 sacks. How about the big play by Dante Hightower from his linebacker position when he blitzed Matt Ryan and knocked the ball away and gave him a turnover. Alan Branch, I thought, was really strong inside the defensive line. And I thought the secondary played a whole lot better down the stretch for the Patriots. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Rodgers now on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Second down following the incompletion. Rodgers will try again on second down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to take another shot here. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. On first and 10, here's Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find Big 87.
A gain of 3, second down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots. Second down following the run. Brady to throw on second down. The throw left side, complete to Hogan. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Falcons
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Rodgers' Packers going up against Flacco's Ravens. With that, let's get you on up to Baltimore as we welcome in our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Ravens. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Carry here for Terrence West. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. This offense can be flashy at times, and a big reason for that is Perryman.
I like the way you use the word big, because that's exactly what Brashad Perryman is. A big receiver with a ton of speed. Runs so well, yet that strength downfield really confounds defensive backs. Is it okay if I tell you I played against his dad in college?
Well, I'm just impressed that you worked confounds into the broadcast.
I'm impressed I'm still alive because I played against his dad in college.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's West. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Clinton Dix attracted a lot of attention when he was about to enter the NFL for his ability to play the football in the air. He's actually shown that he can tackle pretty well in the league, too.
Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Let's go a little in-depth on Dixon. He had his moments this year, but the results were mixed. And John Harbaugh, he has said we still need another back. So where does he fit into the picture?
Well, I think he fits squarely into the middle of things because in recent years, the Ravens, who are used to having one back be the guy, they've actually gone to more of a stable. They've gone to kind of, running back by committee. So I think that that's where he fits in because he can catch the ball really well out of the backfield, and you don't want to limit that.
Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Terrence West, 46 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Roethlisberger Steelers going up against Rodgers Packers. With that, let's get you up to Green Bay, Wisconsin, where we welcome in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Green Bay Packers. They come out with one back and three tight ends. They go play action here on first down. Deep drop. Oh, he's going to, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. Their big tight end, 75 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Just how they wanted to start this one, in the end zone on their first possession.
And that just happened. How about that play right there? As you said, opening possession, setting the tone for everything. Now, I'm going to look forward a little bit now because everyone should be celebrating his catch in the end zone. The tight end gets a little bit of love. But if you're a receiver on the team, you should be thinking to yourself, boy, oh boy, things are going to open up the rest of the game if they have to focus on him as well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Brown, the lone receiver, left. They come out here in the eye. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Tackle made there by Nick Perry. Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet in the NFL, and now no one can tackle the guy, whether he's running it or catching it.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. On second down, Roethlisberger. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
James has got it. Complete. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Damarius Randall's a versatile player. Played both safety and cornerback in college. They're using those same skills in the NFL.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. 3rd down here. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now for him, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers, Charles. What did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed at tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben had more targets to throw it to. That should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017 because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, boy, you can make bigger plays downfield.
Call it a gain of 3. And on 4.
I like the reasoning. It's too far for a field goal, and it's too short to really get a big field position edge on a punt. Let's go for it. And sure enough, it's the ground game that's able to convert for him on 4th down.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Man open left side is Brown. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown. And Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic. And Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl at 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back. A first carry now. This is Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Now that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end, and it's 3rd and 5.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Roethlisberger will throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. They create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll go for it with Bell. They find some open field here. And he'll cut it to the right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, a 23-yard run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he'll bang that one through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Michael, 70 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to Brown, right side. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, gives me a chance to ask you, what do you think the greatest Super Bowl ever is? Because a lot of people are saying the one we just saw ranks number 1.
Well, the most impactful for me, Jets beating the Colts in Super Bowl 3. Okay, because that was the old AFL, NFL, the underdogs, and it announced a new football, a new era that was going on. I think recent history, Seattle and New England was absolutely tremendous in the way that that one ended. But this comeback by New England with Tom Brady has to rank up there with among the best Super Bowls that's ever been played.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's not number 1, it's up there. And then, one that I remember from my childhood was Giants-Bills with a missed field goal at the end and the Giants escaping 2019.
The best shot the Bills had in their run of 4 straight appearances in the Super Bowl.
Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7. One receiver right, that's Brown. Ben to throw again. He completes it to Bryant. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now, the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They come up in an offset eye. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
On second down, Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown managing to stay in bounds. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. It's a gain of 14 there, and that leads to a Green Bay first. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete. Partner, while we have a second, I live in Atlanta, and the day after the Super Bowl, everybody was talking about one thing, the play calling at the end of the game. Should Atlanta have run the football more? What did you take away?
And I do believe you're talking about Atlanta up 28-20. First and 10 on the 22-yard line of New England after that nice drive from deep in their own territory. I thought run the football there, 3 football, eat up some clock. Don't snap the ball too late in the play clock. Run it and have Matt Bryant come out and kick a field goal and put them up 11 at that point. At least that's the attempt. Instead, they try and throw the football, ran themselves into some problems, had to punt it away, and here comes Tom Brady and the Patriots, and they tied the game up.
And here come the armchair quarterbacks. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run it here with Michael. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And complete right side to Cook. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20.
That coach is always hard on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On the carry, Michael. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. And with a play clock about to expire, Mike McCarthy's going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Packers have moved out in front. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And on a different topic, don't forget, yes, we have the Super Bowl. Also had the Madden Bowl leading up to the big game. Eric Berry, 2nd year in a row, won that beating Dak Prescott.
And those guys are really, really competitive in playing those games. So don't think that Eric Berry didn't really enjoy it. But in the, what do they call it, the Madden Major Series?
I call it the non-athlete series.
Well, non-athlete, but way more competitive even than the players playing. How about that championship?
Yeah, Chris W. McFarland beating Eric Problem Wright took home his share of almost $250,000. And by the way, online qualifying now open for the Madden Challenge, the 3rd event of the Madden 17 Championship Series. Should be a lot of fun.
We need to start working on our games. I heard that purse, $250,000.
Your ears perked up a little bit.
Definitely. Let's get to work.
Sammy Coates has it complete. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out here in the eye. And the offense inside the 5 here at the 4. It's 1st and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Roethlisberger keeps it. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. Second and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call.
You don't like that?
That's just because they did. Jeez, they don't even want to let their guys get a drink of water. All right, third quarter. Let's get to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And on 2nd and 10 now. Brown, the lone receiver, left. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Now good hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Finding time. Brought in by Coates. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. And down inside the 15 he goes.
That was a nice completion on an out route. And those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Martavis Bryant, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And Nelson's got it here right side. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll be a Green Bay first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
319!
They'll run a toss play to Michael. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And now a first down following that long gain. Shift together here from the D-line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come up in an offset eye.
26.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Christian Michael was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Chargers now on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams from 6 yards away. And the Packers have moved out in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
This is Bell on the dump off. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Another pistol look here. The play clock's running down. On the ground, it's Micah. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Adams, the man in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And Crosby puts it through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
This one taken from the 7. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a terrific return as he'll...
Oh, I hear you guys talking about Victory Monday. Only one way to get that. Let's see some hustle out there. We got a big game on Sunday.
This is it. We're going for gold. Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans have every intention of walking out of today's game with win number 4 on the season. It's the Packers going up against the Titans. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Larry. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Tennessee Titans. Now a give. It's Michael. Stays on his feet. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Play fake here on first down. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Mariota now on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On first down, Murray. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Offensive starters, here they are. And Delaney Walker, Charles, it's a guy that you and I said we wanted to discuss a bit.
Yeah, and we should, because remember, he came out of college as a wide receiver, so he's one of the early guys to move from a wide receiver position to tight end and still run routes as if he were a wide receiver. An excellent target.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Mike Daniels continues to get better and better with each year. A nice run stopper inside.
Mariota on 3rd and 2. He rifles one that's intercepted. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony, with a pick. There he goes left side. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, it didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's Murray. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. The catch is made by Kendall Wright. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
A 1st down throw for Mariota. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 2nd down, Mariota again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Mariota again. Dancing to his left. He finds Taylor. Complete. 8 yards there on a 1st down.
That's the type of play there that puts a defense in a stress. Marcus Mariota on the run. You don't know whether he's going to take it downfield or throw the footballs we just saw there. And boy, was he accurate with that one.
You know, the Oregon coaches offered him a scholarship without ever seeing. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Out come the Titans now. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Back to it after the pick six. Mariota. Now they go screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
They run with a rookie. Here's Henry. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mariota. And that is incomplete. Rashard Matthews, the intended target. And it brings up 4th down.
Defending an out route is awfully difficult because the best receivers try and sell an inside move before they break to the out, and you have to respect that as a defensive guy because if you let them, when they say cross your face or get across you in the middle of the field, usually you're beaten on a route, and that's an easier throw for the quarterback. So you ordinarily take a step over to make sure you seal that off. In this case, he was able to not only do that, but react back to the sideline and bat the ball down.
Now a handoff. It's Christian Michael. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Michael, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen. Shake it up. One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And Matthews has it right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Rashard Matthews, his 3rd touchdown now on on the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. On the run, this is Michael. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. They run again with Michael. And an alley to run. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A big pickup there on the run. 35 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Slot man moves right. On the ground with Ripkowski. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Second down following the run. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. That's complete right around the 8. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Randall Cobb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now Crosby for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Second down, Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man right side, it's Sharp. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll lead here to a third down.
Well, there's another example of what Marcus Mariota brings to the game. Sweet feet that elude sticky situations. He knows how to get outside the pocket and get downfield. Last year as a rookie, he showed us exactly how to do it and do it well.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
what's
guy,
going on the defensive side?
that's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
They go to Michael again. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. No, 319. Right there. Easy, 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 easy. No, 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun and give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. Denora Cersei in on the stop. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this. They'll come out in the pistol. A handoff as they run the counter play. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Bryce McCain on the stop.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. Yeah, he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree?
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Mariota on 1st down. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kendall Wright, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The 2nd down throw here for Mariota. He's got time in the pocket. Now he's forced out left. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 36. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Packers get set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And they'll run it here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Mariota now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Mariota to throw it. He's got his man on the crossing route. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. First down, Mariota surveying the field. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he's brought down. They'll get 16 yards there. And that'll be good for a Tennessee first.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
His throw incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And when you've already thrown 2 interceptions, you got to take extra special care of the football, because that one could very easily have been a 3rd.
Yeah, off balance, pressure coming. Probably just has to stick that one in his pocket, right?
He does. I just think that when he's in a rut like this, I think this happens to a lot of quarterbacks, they try and overcome it by making big-time throws. Throws they know they shouldn't make, but they're hoping to complete them rather than having the confidence that they actually will.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. His throw caught right around the 6. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Henry, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, after last week, where he kept finding the end zone, what do you have, 2 touchdown runs?
Yep.
He's got to be just a tad frustrated here. Close, but he hasn't gotten in.
Maybe they give him another shot. We'll see.
Well, I would think so. I think he's built up that type of equity, but the guys on the other side of the ball know it too.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. DeMarco Murray, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Rodgers. And complete right side to Cook. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
26.
And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Derek Morgan in on the stop.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
319.
Adams the man in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Michael, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Packers continue to roll. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Another pistol look here. Now we give Michael running left. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
319.
Adams the man in motion right. They'll try Michael on the right side. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
So backed up to the 6 now, 3rd and goal. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Hard throw, incomplete. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Crosby puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 2 field goals now for Crosby, a man who became the Packers' all-time leading scorer last year, topping the mark set by Ryan Longwell.
And as you know, Lambeau Field is not an easy place to kick field goals, especially when you get into December and January. But Crosby's been a steadying influence on some real good Packers teams.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Left side caught by Matthews. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down. They pitch it out to Murray. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Super toe. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe to be a cap.
Back now in Nashville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They come up in an offset eye. Shift together here from the D-line. Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Ripkowski, the fullback, on the inside give. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Dime look defensively here for the Titans on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
319! 319!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Play clock winding down. Throwing, Hundley. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are pouring it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They'll come out in the pistol. Mariota now to throw on first down. And Matthews over the middle with the grab. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now Mariota. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Henry, the lone man in the backfield. Second down, Mariota eluding the pressure right. Got a man right side, it's Sharp. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Mariota on first down. Throw left side complete to Sharp. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Really nice little connection there. They go with the corner route, and it works out well.
And the best way to set up the corner route is to throw slants throughout the ball game so that when you're able to get back outside, the defender has to respect the inside game.
Throwing is Mariota. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here we go.
On second down, Mariota again. Flush to his right. This will be caught inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Mariota. This will be caught at about the 6. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Kendall Wright, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Will Hill, the strong safety there to get him down. 10 yards still left on second down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Tennessee,